Hi, I'm Alice. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in September of 2008, and it was early stage. Originally, I was given the choice of having a lumpectomy or a mastectomy. I chose a lumpectomy, and they did not get clean margins, so I ended up having to go with a mastectomy. And in researching my options for reconstruction, I looked at all the choices that were out there, and none of them sounded like anything that I wanted. I didn't want something foreign in my body, which is what an implant would do. I had friends who had the tram flap or the lat flap, where they utilized some of their muscles, and those absolutely did not interest me. I had become active about 4 years prior to my diagnosis, and in those 4 years I started doing some 5Ks, 10Ks, worked my way up to a marathon. I actually had done several triathlons, and I did not want to sacrifice any of my muscles. So that's one reason I went with the lumpectomy at the beginning. When it came down to where I would have to have some reconstruction, that's when I started researching further, and I heard about the DIEP flap. And in doing research on the internet, I found Dr. Spiegel, and it was probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I had lots of questions. My doctor here in town was hesitant to have me have this kind of surgery, but I called Dr. Spiegel's office, and they answered all of my questions. The staff there was so friendly. They set up a consultation for me. I traveled into Houston to have the consultation, met with Dr. Spiegel, and she answered any additional questions that I had, and I was ready for the surgery. I had the surgery 2 weeks before Christmas and came home, and the recovery went well. I followed all of Dr. Spiegel's instructions, and I just cannot begin to tell you how easy everything was. I had had a hysterectomy 6 weeks prior to the DIEP surgery, and the recovery from the hysterectomy was much worse than recovering from the DIEP surgery that Dr. Spiegel performed. I'm so happy with the results. When I shower, when I look at myself in the mirror in the mornings, I don't even feel like I've had reconstructive surgery. I feel like Dr. Spiegel did not reconstruct me, she restored me. I really wish that every woman who has to go through the trauma of being diagnosed with breast cancer could have Dr. Spiegel. She is so caring, and being a woman, she understands what our body means to us. And life for me has gotten back to normal. I did end up having to go through chemotherapy after the surgery, but when that finished up in May, I started getting back in shape again, to the point where I even did my first century bike ride. I rode 100 miles on my bike in a fundraiser for other breast cancer patients, and I feel that my life is, I almost forget that I have breast cancer now. I know I'm a survivor, but more than that, I feel as if